Welcome to the Wilton Wing Miners parent meeting, online parent meeting. Sanford Athletic Training will be our trainer again this year. Lacey Feist is her name. Here's her information if you need to get a hold of Lacey. Please let your student athletes know that if there's ever an injury, they communicate with parents or with coaches. We've had issues in the past where they haven't told the coaches and we find out from parents later on. So if you could just make sure that they communicate any injuries with Lacey and their coaches, that way we're all on the same page. Athletes will need physicals before they're allowed to practice. All students 4th through 12th grades. They'll need the code of conduct, and that needs to be turned into the AD or the main office before they're allowed to participate in the first contest. We have a 24-hour rule at Wilton Public School. There will be no contact with any coach at any level for the first 24 hours after a game. This allows time for coaches, parents to reflect on the game. Exceptions would be travel, health, injury concerns. If you want to tell a coach you had a good game, anything like that is fine. If you need to talk to a coach, please call, set up an appointment with the coaches. Off limits, things that we don't talk about are playing time, that's earned in practice, is determined by coaching staff, other players, unless there's hazing or bullying going on, and then the coaching philosophy. Travel, students are expected to travel on the bus to events. If you plan on having your child ride with you after the game, you must sign your child out and talk to the coach. If you plan on having your child ride with another relative or after a game, this needs to be approved by the office before the day of the competition. And then students are not allowed to ride with anyone besides parents or pre-approved close relatives. If for any reason the athlete must drive their own vehicle to a practice or event, they need to sign a release of liability with travel waiver. This is in the office with Jenna. So please talk to Jenna if you have this concern. And there's times where we've had people want to do it the day of a event or practice, and Jenna might not be in the office. That's why it's a good idea to get it done before the season starts. Chain of command when it comes to coaching with parents, players, make sure your student talks to the coach. Communicate. It's the best way to get things resolved. If they don't like what they have to say, their parents, then you can talk to the coach. After that is the athletic director and then the principal or superintendent. Participation, attendance. Students must be in school a minimum of a half day the day of a competition, event, or performance. Exceptions would be funerals, appointments. And if a student does come to school in the morning and leaves at any time due to an illness, they are not eligible to compete, practice, or perform that day or evening. School team violations. Students will be given a contest suspension if a school curfew is violated. There'll be a 1 contest suspension for violating social media rules. There will also be consequences for unexcused absences and travel violations. All these rules are explained in the lettering requirements document that need to be signed by athletes and parents. In-school suspensions, students ineligible for participation in any school activities, including practice, out-of-school suspensions. Students is not allowed to participate in any practice, competition, or event. They will not be allowed to attend any school-sponsored events at the Wilton or Wing School. And then our alcohol, tobacco, drug suspension is 6 weeks from the date that the school is notified by a student or authorities, 18 weeks for the second offense, and 12 months. Here's activities office contact info. Trevor Yetterbo, the athletic director at Wilton Public School. Alex Horner is the athletic director in Wing. And Christy Olhauser is the activity secretary, where we turn in all our paperwork at Wilton Public School. Here's a list of coaches for Wilton Wing Miners and the Southern McLean Rough Riders. If you have any questions, here are the coaches that you would contact, have your player contact. Start dates for football, cross country, junior high football, volleyball, junior high volleyball, junior high girls basketball, boys basketball, track, softball, and baseball are listed. Sportsmanship expectations. We all play a role, player, coach, parent, equals success. And for that, we all have to make sure that we're all talking to each other. And that's just part of the main thing is communicating like we've talked about. Parents, the one thing that we've had for like showing sportsmanship is for us coaches, it's always hard to outcoach the dinner table. If you stay positive and you're positive with your player, with the team, it makes the season a lot more enjoyable for everybody. So please make sure you're showing sportsmanship at home, at the games, practices. And like we've talked about communication for coaches, coaches will communicate with athletes to remind or group me. If you would like to be added to the app, please let the coach know. Parents can communicate with the coach or myself by text, email, phone call, or in person. If you have any questions, you can contact Trevor Yetterbo at Wilton Public School. My email is in the presentation. You can call the school and talk to me. I'll take calls at any time. So let's hopefully everybody has fun, has a great year at Wilton Public School.